Hey guys, I'm Dan here. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the things you can do to increase conversions. All right, with the rising prices in CPM, CPCs, you really want to, make it count. Every visitor to your website, you have to make it count, or every click, every customer, every view, every add to cart. Right. All right. So let's quickly go through some of the key things that we do, that you can able to increase your conversions further. All right. So first thing, come up with different and unique creatives, right? So I've always tried to emphasize this to a lot of people. A lot of people just feel that a dropshipping business is simply, just grabbing videos online, quickly, putting it together and making like low quality videos and throw it up there. All right, you're so wrong. All right, so nowadays all the top winning products I see in the market have really good videos, have really good captions, have really good closing videos, closing call to action, and so forth. All right, so it's really important, with Facebook coming up with the new Facebook algorithms, they want to emphasize more on the people. So they want the people to be looking at quality stuff and not clickbaity stuff and low quality videos and so forth. All right. So it's very important, that your video has very different and unique creatives, and at the same time it has very good quality. All right. So at the same time, try testing out different combination of copywriting and video. There's unlimited variations of copywriting and video you can do, like video A with copywriting B, video A with copywriting C, video copy, so and forth. You just unlimited combinations that you can do. So sometimes some copywriting work specifically well with a specific thumbnail and creative, and it just requires a lot of testing, and you all you need to do is just spend like maybe $100, and you can see a quick difference between the split test of the creatives, and you can see a huge difference, which will go a long way, especially during the scaling period. All right, so next up, so it's very important to keep things fresh for the customers as well. All right, so especially when some of the times when I'm talking about some of the ads are starting to lose traction, and you see that your ads don't work as good as the past, right? So one good thing is to refresh the creative, any new creative, all right? So to try to revive the ad, you'll be surprised that sometimes, because the frequency is too high of a specific ad, you start to see reduced performances, all right? So sometimes if you change the ad copy, just put it at the ad level, put in some more ads, and try out different creatives, you'll be surprised sometimes it's able to revive the product and keep it going again. So this is what we do to a lot of our products, so that it's able to extend the product life cycle, especially in such a competitive environment of the dropshipping world. All right, so do not simply stop your ads because of decreasing ROI. Sometimes I see people for an entire week they're doing really well, and just suddenly one day it's really bad, and they say, oh shit, and they panic and they start decreasing their budgets, or they just stop it. There's a lot of ways that you can go around this. All right, so firstly, you need to see consistent drop before you start making decisions on whether to decrease. And next, you can add in new creatives, as I mentioned just now, to try to increase the traction again, and make it new to the customers. All right, so it's very possible to revive a product with new creatives, or an old product that has been hot like 1 year ago. You can try it again 1 year later with a different angle, with a different creative. I've seen a lot of these products in the market that used to do really well 1 year ago, and right now is doing good again because it has a different approach, a different angle, better quality video, and all that. Right, so as you can see in the three quick screenshots below, you can see that this specific store uses really good different creative, and he uses very unique thumbnails as well, which I'm going to shortly cover. All right, so you can see he uses a lot of different video combinations, and he's able to really keep this product really long and sell it. And I'm pretty sure this portable guitar, he made 6 to 7 figures easily from this product alone. Right, so make sure to continue increasing and be creative with all your ads and creatives. All right, so make sure you do that. All right, next up, okay, I'm going to talk about bundles. All right, so bundles is also another very important part of increasing your conversion, or at least increasing your AOV, right? So I believe in the past videos I've talked about creating bundles using the quantity breaks, and also another different way will be using your very own within Shopify, right, which I'm going to cover shortly. Okay, so very importantly is you have to create an irresistible offer, right? If you guys have watched Godfather, that's the thing, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. All right, so let's say you're selling something for $10, one for $10 and two for $15. All right, if I was the guy and if I really wanted the item, I would easily buy two. Just think it as Starbucks way. Remember when you go to Starbucks and they offer you, when you order grande, they offer you, hey, do you want venti size for like just 50 cents more? It's very hard to actually reject that, because it's so much more volume and you just pay 50 cents more. You're already spending like $7. Why not spend another 50 cents more to get the largest size? All right, I'm pretty sure you guys have met this in all sorts of places like McDonald's, like upsizing, and Starbucks, and so is all the different places, restaurants, they do upsell you with these bundles. So make sure your bundle is something that is really hard for him to offer. All right, so over here, I'm going to talk about creating unique variants. All right, so instead, of using very specific quantity breaks, it's very dull, to let people see that, save 3%, 5%, the quantity break. So instead of doing that, what we actually like to do is actually creating unique variants. All right, so with the unique variants, you have a very high freedom of, switching this around, switching the names. So as an example, at the side, okay, buy one piece, right, it's $9.99, right? Buy two, get one free. So 3 piece, for $19. So he basically got one free. All right, so very important. If you see what I've done on the right, okay, buy two, get one free, 2 piece, and I write it very clearly there, save 20%. All right, you have to be very clear on this. All right, you have to let the consumer know how much they are saving. All right, it's a sad thing, but humans are lazy. They don't want to calculate how much they are saving. All right, have you ever been to a sale, and they just let you know like save 20%, and along the way you start to feel everything is 20%, so they don't even bother anymore, because they think it's just a fake, a fake 20%. But if you let them know how much they're saving, like save 20% or save how much dollars, or get one free, you'll be better and you'll be more enticed to actually feel that, oh, maybe this is really saving a lot. Right? So save 20%, save 25%, as you can see, if you write this down there, it's very clear. All right, so here quickly, I'm going to talk about quantity breaks. If you haven't gone through the app, quantity breaks allow you to really do quickly, discounts breaks. All right, I won't cover this much because this has been covered before already. And so if those people who are wondering, if I'm using like the normal variant, the unique variants, how am I to actually link to Obelo or Dropify? All right, so very quickly, you can ask your supplier to create customized product page. So he can simply duplicate the exact same one for you with a discounted price with the specific SKU codes for you to relink onto your store. Right, so this is very good for you to at the same time negotiate better prices for the bundles so that you're able to link to Shopify. Right, so I'm pretty sure by now you guys have seen the importance of having a really good relationship with the suppliers so that you can have a really call, to ask them to do a lot of things on the site for you. All right, okay, next up I'm going to talk about emojipedia.org. okay, emojis. All right, so emojis are actually really important. I think in the ad copies video I've talked about how to write really good ad copies, but I never really touched on emojis. So in this video I'm going to quickly talk on how emojis is going to create a better rapport and connection from ad copy to the consumer. All right, so let's quickly look at some of this. Okay, so the first one is a quick Halloween ad copy. All right, so very importantly, have you ever realized your own swiping Facebook habit? So you really tend to swipe by really quickly. So you tend to look at things that pop up like emojis, really cute thumbnails and so forth. So a lot of these things, when having some of the really key emojis in your ad copy before the customer even read your entire ad copy. If he's interested in buying a Halloween product, he will definitely stop when he sees something like a pumpkin there, right? Or if you see a guitar emoji, if he's interested, he'll definitely stop to look at it. Okay, so this is very important. If all your ad copy are just words, when people swipe by really quickly, they don't absorb the words. They absorb colors, they absorb pictures, and they absorb cute stuff or cute thumbnails. Right? So having emojis in your ad copies, allows a better chance of a customer or viewer to stop on your ad and take a better look. All right. So over here, quick one, I'm just gonna show you some of the really cute ones, the emojis. All right. So feel free to use really creative emojis, but one very important thing, do not overuse it. All right, do not overuse it. I've seen some people spam the emojis, which is ridiculous. All right, so eye-catching videos. All right, eye-catching video, have you ever seen the ones with the captions? Turn on the sound, you would love this, your friends and family would love this, at the top and the bottom. These are very important as well. This, as I've mentioned just now, it's very important that you catch the consumers or the viewers attention, right? With these really bright red banners and stuff, it's very easy to capture their attention. Okay, so customized thumbnails. All right, by now you have to understand that not everyone autoplays their videos. All right, so not everyone autoplays. So in order to capture attention, you need a unique thumbnail. All right, it increases the click-through rate by a huge bunch. All right, let's take this quick example on the top right-hand corner and at the bottom right-hand corner. Right, you can see that it has really popped up words as a thumbnail, and an extra circle pointing to the product itself helps, right? I mean, when the customer sees the default thumbnail, and some of the videos don't really have good thumbnails, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have been through, done video ads and never really seen a good one, so you have to customize it. So when you're customizing it, why not go an extra step and add in a banner or a really quick circle, so the customer knows what exactly, if he don't autoplay your video, he knows exactly what you're trying to show. Right? So this is very important. All right, so with all the increasing prices, you want to make sure all your reach to count, right? You do not want to waste that reach, you do not waste that view content or whatsoever. All right, so next up is promotions. All right, promotions is very common. All right, it's nothing too complicated. I'm just going to briefly talk about this. So I know it can be a summer sale or winter sale, it doesn't matter, right? So most importantly, you give people a reason to celebrate, right? A reason to celebrate so you can promote to them, right? It doesn't have to make sense to you, right? I've seen people, hey, it's my newborn baby today, so in order to celebrate my newborn baby, I'm giving you 20% off. Trust me, I've seen ridiculous, sales letter and sales promotion and stuff, right? So the fastest and easiest way to get this across to your customer will be the header bars in your website, right? I'm pretty sure if you're using Brooklyn or I think the Turbo off the Sandbox, I think they have the default header bars for you to put in specific holidays for promotions, right? So there's a lot of things you can do, right? Specific holidays, St. Patrick Days, 20% store wide, free worldwide shipping. Example, you buy $40 away and you get free. And you always a dynamic one where you can actually talk about $40 away from free, and there's certain apps where you can add in to actually do that as well. And lastly, you just gotta talk about some of your hot selling products. For example, your top winner in your entire store, you want to really sell it, so you can put in buy one get one free, or buy two get 20% off. This just unlimited ways of things you can do with all these promotions. All right, so that's all for this video. I've talked about a lot of things over the videos, and different videos I've talked about how to constantly optimize your store, be it your landing page, your product page, your ad copy, and a lot. Using all this, by combining all of this, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to increase your conversions by a huge chunk. Alright, so that's all for this video. I hope you learned something really useful here and start increasing your conversions. I'll see you in the next video.